Hello everyone, welcome back to the Sebbies channel, home of the Sebbies. So today I'm going to be bringing to you an LCM. It's been a while since I've done an LCM. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's a Loc Community Meeting. And so it's when I bring to you, to the round table if you will, a topic and you guys go down to the comment section and give your thoughts on it. So, what is the topic of today's LCM? I guess I want to ask the question, what is the true significance of dreadlocks? Let's get to it. Alright, so yes, what is the true significance of dreadlocks? Well, you may be wondering, Sebbies, why are you even asking that question? What does it matter? Well, I'm a very pensive individual, and from time to time I get lost in thoughts, and I'm someone who can see things from various perspectives, and so when I'm trying to figure out what it is that I believe, it can be a bit challenging. So I like to get input from other people, not so that they can necessarily tell me what to think, but more so that maybe they've thought of things that I haven't thought of, and that can influence the final conclusions that I draw. So getting back to the topic of this Loc Community Meeting, what is the significance of dreadlocks? I ask this because so many people have various reasons, varying reasons for getting dreadlocks. And I'm wondering if all of those things can really coexist. For instance, you have super spiritual people who have dreadlocks who say that they can feel energy, right? And they would never take scissors to their hair because that would deprive them of their ability to connect with the universe. And then you have other people who have it as just a hairstyle, obviously. And then you have yet other people who are somewhere in between, you know. They're not super spiritual, but their locks mean more to them than just it being a hairstyle. But the question is, isn't it just hair? Like, isn't it just hair? Is it just hair? That's what I want to know from you guys. Is it just hair? Well, it seems like we as humans have this amazing, impeccable ability to make a big deal out of nothing. I mean, let's be honest. You think about all the fanatical people in their respective groups and just the extreme lengths that they go to distinguish themselves among the masses. You know, I belong to this group. No, I belong to this group. I mean, if you even think about politics, I'm a Republican. No, I'm a Democrat. And it's like, really, why do you need to identify with either of those? Why is it so important to you to identify with those parties, with those groups? People have stickers on their cars, on their refrigerators, you know, all in the hopes of letting the world know what organization or what party or what group they belong to. And it's like, why? And there are people who have dreadlocks as well, who are the same way, who do the same thing with dreadlocks. You know, they're all decked out in their Rasta garbs, and they got their oils, and they're wearing them, and it's almost as if though they're trying to be a part of this specific group, to separate themselves or to distinguish themselves from other groups. And I wonder why. I mean, you think about like vegans, right? That's really big now. Everybody is talking about living a vegan life and how it's healthier and better, and I just wonder like what the true motives are behind it. I mean, you can speak of animal cruelty for sure, and that is definitely a real issue. You can speak of how avoiding meat can be better for your body, but then you have other people who say, well, you're missing out on a lot of things that your body needs. And then you have the first group who say, well, you can get those things from plants, basically. But then a lot of non-meats are high in carbs, and that leads to another whole host of issues like diabetes and stuff like that. So it's like, are we all just being fanatical? You know, are we all just using our ability to make a big deal out of nothing? And then you think about like the super religious people, to be distinguished from spiritual people, you know, the super religious people who believe in an afterlife, right? It's like, well, some of these super religious people are the same people who say that their hair is everything, or, you know, they are their hair. Their hair is their identity. Well, if you're super religious, you believe that this life will come to an end, as it does for everything. Everything in this realm is subject to the law of impermanence. So how important can it really be if it's going to no longer be one day? And you have the people who say, well, I am more than my hair. And these people I tend to agree with, because it's like, well, before you had your dreadlocks, who were you? You have people who have had dreadlocks, have to cut them off for medical reasons, and yet they continue to exist. So who are they? Who is the person behind the wearer of dreadlocks? Who is the person that can still exist with or without dreadlocks? And so that's why I get back to the question, what is the true significance of dreadlocks? Is it subjective? Is there only a relative truth? Or is there an absolute truth with this question? It just makes me think like, For me, I like my dreadlocks. I like dreadlocks. I wouldn't say that I am overly spiritual, you know, with them. I wouldn't say that I'm going to cut off my ability to connect with the universe if I were to cut my locks off one day. I'm not even someone who believes that my locks hold energy. At least, let me clarify. I don't believe that my locks, I believe any part of my body is capable of holding energy, right? That's what I believe. But I don't believe that if something bad happened to me while I had my locks, then that bad energy associated with that negative event is forever stuck in my locks. I believe that I'm able to put whatever type of energy I want into my locks, and that's the energy that will reside in them. So, yeah, I think I'm more inclined to believe that I am someone who doesn't make too much out of them, but who definitely still appreciates them for their beauty. And so, yeah, where do you fall? And what do you think is the true significance of dreadlocks? Do you think there's only one truth? Do you think it's only a relative truth or an absolute truth? It's very interesting, right? But it's like, if there is only one absolute truth, then how are so many people claiming so many different, even contradictory things about locks? How can one experience that dreadlocks is just a hairstyle while someone else experiences them as so much more? And then at the end of the day, does it even matter? Is this yet another pathetic attempt to categorize and classify something that doesn't need to be? Is it another pathetic attempt to pass the time of life by just trying to make a big deal out of nothing? That is it for this video, guys. Drop downstairs and do give your thoughts. I am very curious to hear what you think. As always, please learn to love unconditionally, because loving with conditions are hard to not really love at all. Sebbies is out.